22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off play action. Newberry. This is Butler making the catch. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Ready. 32.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching it more? Did you see me out there moving around, wiggling, and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw. Newberry. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newberry, open man, Butler complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Overstreet. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. Newberry. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on first and second down as well to get to third and manageable and make them able to pick up those first downs. Now here we are, first and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Cougars are on the board here first in the season opener.
A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
Yeah, it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Young. Looking middle, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Young off the play fake. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now here's Young. Over the middle, it's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 33 yards.
And the Panthers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Newberry.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
On first down, it's Baldwin.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Here we go. Blue 32. Ready.
On play action, Young.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Still going inside the 20.
And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Up the middle they go. Overstreet. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. As they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down now, Overstreet takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run on first down.
Baldwin taken down at the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
Young now.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Young. Under pressure and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, that was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Newberry. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Overstreet. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Newberry. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Newberry. Touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Cougars are an extra point away from drawing level. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point attempt to come here. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now a second down throw for Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw, Young. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Young trying to hurry them up to the line here. To throw is Young. Throwing on first down. Nice move by Lewis. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Young. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the red zone now, Young. Touchdown, Panthers. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Throwing to start the drive. Newberry completes this one to Starks. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Newberry. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on third down.
That is caught.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Following the interception, Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The Barons looking for the win on the road in Week 1. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Sentinels trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic. See what's happening over in London. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Monarchs looking to get to 1-0, and they've got the lead in front of their home faithful. We saw a strong first half out of the Alabama man and former #1 selection, Bryce Young. He got off to a hot start with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. Threw another for good measure in the second quarter. So he has been on target throughout.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Well, the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. On first down, it's Baldwin.
Taken down at the 30.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Throwing, Young. Man open left side is Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here is Young.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. It's Baldwin. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This call down near the goal line. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
And the defense says they have it. They do. 1 play into the ball game, an early turnover.
And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Here's 2nd and 7.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the 1st down here as he's up to the 15. It's a pickup of 6.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
Ready. Red 38.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's complete. This is Starks. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offensive coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
They'll run on 1st down. Overstreet twisting away.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the two defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Newberry, open man, completes it to Butler. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Middle of the field, he's got Butler. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now a handoff up the middle. Overstreet, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Keep in mind they can still get a 1st down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Off play action. Newberry. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Looking to throw. Newberry. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
There he goes, left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached to get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands, and guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
Young again on the keeper.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go. It's Baldwin. Oh, no, he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That did.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Panther first down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
Here we go. 60 reps. 60 reps.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you
make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Carolina, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.